So on January 29th of 2023, you posted your first ever vertical video stating that you were going to go for 365 in a row. So talk to me about leading up to this decision. What was going on in your life at that period of time that made you say that I want to do this, I want to commit to this? And why did we get to see you for 365 days in a row?
The honest truth and answer, two things. But the honest truth and I think the hardest thing to say, I've never said this actually publicly ever. I would complain to my girlfriend like, man, content online sucks. Everybody's trying to make this super high, fast paced, I don't know, just like, it feels like watching ADHD. It was anxiety inducing. Everything was just pop-ups. Nothing felt like art on social media anymore. And I would hate it. I'd be like, man, these people that I used to like, they're making content. They're not making art. So I stopped watching a lot of content. I dabble in a lot of Vimeo, actually, and that's where I find a lot of inspiration in art. And she would tell me, like, why don't you just go make it? Stop talking shit. Just go do it. You have the capability to do it. I'm like, no, but it's so corny. And she'd be like, it's corny because they're doing it in a way that they think is working for this one specific person, and it's not themselves. If you just do it your way, like maybe it won't be corny. Who knows? And I sat on that idea for, I don't know, half a year or so. I've been ranting about this because social media used to be a place where I could look on Instagram and be inspired by somebody's photograph. And now, or at the time, especially with like the hide like feature, people felt so embarrassed to share their work because they felt like they don't have the validation that it's good. So they would post less, or they would post things to feed the algorithm or feed what gets the most likes. And everybody's work started looking the same. And I just stopped looking at Instagram for inspiration. It sucked. I don't know did you guys feel that way at all?
Yeah, I felt we talked about this with Hayden Hilliard the other day. He's a really talented editor, but we were saying how it just felt like, and kind of right now with a lot of stuff, specifically on this TikTok, for me at least, it feels like I'm in a revolving door and you just can't get out. And like you see the same shit that's like copied and pasted from all the way down the line, And it's just like, yeah, you're missing. I missed the days of where we'd wake up to go to class and we get thrown Casey and like had this story, this like real story every day to like look forward to.
I feel like right now though is better than where it was 2 to 3 years ago.
For sure. I think a year ago it was pretty brutal, and I think we're starting to see people are slowing down. Yeah, you're actually getting to watch something, like you're saying, not being like, yo, what did I just watch?
Getting slapped in the face by captions.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, one word captions.
Yeah,
crazy.
Bro. I think TikTok, because of trends, like Instagram didn't really have trends before TikTok came around, and so then once the trends became a thing, like everyone was doing the same trends, so then I think that's why you got so much content that looked the same.
For sure. And it was specifically for Instagram. Like when I log on to TikTok, I know I'm there for the brain rot. I'm just scrolling away. Like I know I'm there to lose brain cells. And that's just what the platform's for. And I don't want to say that's what it's for, but that's what I use it for. Dude, my For You page is it's ridiculous. But on Instagram, like, I always thought it was a place where people can post their art or their photographs or their cool video clips. And that was sick in 2018, 2019, up until then. And then it started, with the advent of doing trends. And then when Reels came along, like people were bringing their TikTok style to Instagram, and I was just tired of it. So I devised a plan. I was like, all right, I'm going to try it out. And then October of 2022 came around, and my father passed, like super random. And I was like, damn, I really got to do something with myself. Like I'm the I guess the man of the house now. I got to figure out a way to not just, I don't know what to call it. Like me being a director wasn't like a silly little thing. Like, it was a legit thing. But for whatever reason, I still felt like I could do more. There were a lot of ideas that I had that were, I couldn't bring into my work as a professional. So in November, I started making this plan of posting every day, and I filmed that video, I'm posting every day for 365 days before I started posting my first video. I had a backlog of about 6 weeks of everyday content. Yeah, I started filming in November, and January 1st came around. It went up, and it was just kind of like history from there. Like,
It was meteoric on both platforms.
it was slow. Slow at first.
On both of them?
Yeah. So
I
January 1st.
feel like your TikTok one, when I saw it first, it was like, it was already kind of popping. That first video that you posted.
Well, the first video wasn't that January 29th video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the very first video went up on January 1st, 2023.
Oh, interesting.
And
So you had already 30 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason why I posted that I'm posting on TikTok every single day later is because I wanted to show people proof that I was actually doing this challenge. So my whole job prior to that was working on social media, like rollouts, for whether it was for music singles or albums, and I kind of just took the strategy that we use for whether it's rolling out a product or any of those things to myself. Like, you can't just say, I'm doing this, trust me, follow it. Had I posted that first video on January 1st or January 2nd without proof and backlog of me posting every day already, it probably wouldn't have been as powerful as people seeing it. Oh, he's already posted 28 days straight. And not just every day. I was posting like 3 times a day at pretty similar quality. And I just felt like that was the right move to do. I had that video in the can, ready to go. And my goal for TikTok at the end of the year, I think I had like 800 or so followers at the time, was 10,000. I was like, 10,000 is hard to get. I'm going to aim for 10,000 at the end of the year, and we'll see what happens. I posted it January 29th, and I knew it was a good enough video and different enough that people were going to be like, oh, this is interesting. It'll probably get like 20,000 views, which is a lot. To me, that's a shit ton of views. 20, 30, 40, 50,000 if I'm lucky. And it did that from January 29th to February 10th. Yeah, I think it got about like 20 to 30,000 views. I was satisfied. I was still posting every day from 29. Like, I didn't miss a single day. Uh-huh. And then one morning I woke up, I think it was February 11th. I was like, holy shit, 50,000 followers. Something is not right here. And this was on TikTok. Yeah, I was like, this is strange. And I remember the day I was playing golf with the homies. I woke up super early and we were in the golf cart. Every single hole, it'd be like 2,000 new followers, 3,000 new followers. I'm like, what's going on? This is strange as fuck. And the views were kind of lagging also because it just was skyrocketing on TikTok. And I was like, okay, well, I guess TikTok is my thing now. Instagram, it was still quiet. I think it took another week for it to blow up on Instagram. And I don't know how people discovered it. I don't know if it was somebody really popular who reposted it that was like the catalyst for more people to see it and share it. But yeah, the video was sitting up there for like 2 to 3 weeks before any traction happened on it. And then it was just like, boom, 3 days, 100,000 followers. I was like, this is weird. This is strange. I don't know. And yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know who reposted it. I know the video was good, but was it that good? I don't think so. Like, there's people who are posting really, really, really high quality things out there that don't see that growth. I know a lot of it is luck. I think I got a whole lot of lucky when this came out. I think it was a timing. I think people hadn't seen this slow content on the short form platforms. It was a whole lot of things that worked in my favor at the time. People were getting short form fatigue, and yeah, Had I dropped it in March, had people already been doing this style, I think I would have got lost in the mix.